Ever really thought about what goes into planning a huge community event, like a big music festival?
Oh, yeah. Way more than just booking bands, right?
Absolutely. So many moving parts, lots of public interest, and, well, things don't always go smoothly behind the scenes. Today, we're doing a deep dive into all the buzz around Maywood Fest 2025. It's definitely stirred up a lot of talk, even before it's happened. We've got a bunch of material here, official village announcements, posts from key people on social media, and also some critical points from a community accountability group.
Right. And our goal today is really to unpack all of that for you. We want to help you see the different angles, understand what's being planned, who the players are, and importantly, what questions some folks, citizens and officials are raising.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture, the official plan. The Village of Maywood, working with Power Move Presence, announced Maywood Fest featuring Summer Jam 2025.
And it's set for Labor Day weekend, Friday, August 29th through Sunday, the 31st.
Yeah, and they're definitely going bigger this year. New dates compared to maybe previous fests, more entertainment overall, two stages.
Two stages, yeah. And more vendors, food, retail, the whole thing.
Exactly. And the lineup, it looks pretty diverse. Like they're trying to hit a lot of different tastes. Friday night, August 29th, it's a free community stage, 5 to 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Focuses on HBCUs, the Divine Nine organizations, plus a house music takeover.
Okay, so community focus to start.
Right. Then Saturday the 30th, the community stage runs noon to 7 p.m. That's Latin music, hip-hop, some Chicagoland talent. But then the evening shifts to the Summer Jam stage, 7 to 10 p.m. And this is interesting. It's a comedy show.
Oh, comedy. Hosted by Lil Rel Howery.
Yeah. Lil Rel, Damon Williams, Corporate, Just NESH, Mike Murphy. Quite the lineup.
Oh.
And here's a key detail, especially for locals. The first 1,000 tickets for that comedy show. Free for Maywood residents.
Free. Okay, that's definitely an incentive. 2 per household, you said?
2 per household max. And they mentioned upgrades are available too.
Interesting way to build local buzz.
Then Sunday the 31st, the community stage is busy again, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., still free. Gospel fest, more local acts, even a teen zone.
So keeping that community feel going through Sunday.
But the main event Sunday is on the Summer Jam stage. Gates open noon, runs till 11 p.m., and this is the big R&B soul show.
Ah, okay. Who's on the bill?
Get this, the Isley Brothers. Tyrese Gibson, Tank, Keek Wyatt, Silk, Anne-Marie, Coffee Brown, Jacquees, Three-Piece, Unc Nem. I mean, it's packed.
That is a stacked lineup. Heavy hitters there.
And again, a deal for residents. The first 500 tickets are free, same deal, 2 per household.
Right.
Then general tickets for non-residents too.
Okay.
Plus lots of different vendors, advertised restaurants, food trucks, retail, and those free resident tickets. Pickup starts Monday, July 14th at Village Hall, noon to 4 p.m.
You know, what's fascinating here is just the sheer ambition, the lineup, the different stages stretching over the whole weekend.
Yeah.
It's clear they're aiming really high, trying to pull in a really wide audience.
That scale definitely stands out.
It does. And that kind of ambition, it always makes you wonder about the logistics, the resources needed to actually pull it off.
Good point. And speaking of pulling it off, let's look at Power Move Presence. They're the associate partner here.
Okay, what do we know about them?
Well, the record show Power Move Presents LLC first registered in Illinois back on April 7th, 2022.
Uh-huh.
But then things get a bit complex. It looks like they got a notice of dissolution or revocation on October 13th, 2023.
So they weren't active for a period.
Seems like it. But then they were reinstated on January 11th, 2024. And the latest check, April 29th, 2025, shows them as active again.
Okay. Dissolved and then reinstated. That's noteworthy. And their office?
Listed address is a UPS store in Oak Park.
A mailbox store. Okay.
The CEO is John Mosley. He's got a decent Facebook following, like 7,400 people. And he also lists himself as CFO of Mosley Capital LLC.
Mosley Capital. Is that related?
Well, Mosley Capital LLC was registered very recently, June 17th, 2025.
Okay, so new entity there.
But here's where the story takes a turn. This Summer Jam idea, it wasn't originally planned for Maywood, was it?
No, that's right. Mosley had announced something similar before.
Exactly. The R&B Summer Jam and Food Festival. It was scheduled for June 28th and 29th, 2025.
Different location too, right?
Yeah, SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, Illinois. Similar lineup, some overlap, but not identical.
Okay, so an earlier version existed. What happened?
This is where it gets really interesting. On Thursday, June 26th, 2025.
Just 2 days before the Bridgeview event.
Precisely. John Mosley posts on Facebook, the event is rescheduled, moved to August 30th and 31st Labor Day weekend.
Wow, that's very last minute.
Very. He mentioned a new format, added talent, the reason given, to ensure the best possible experience and safety.
Experience and safety. Standard reasons, often.
And crucially, he promised full refunds for everyone who bought tickets for the Bridgeview dates.
Okay, that's a critical promise. All full refund. But changing venue and date that close to the event?
Yeah.
Well, it really makes you think about the impact.
Yeah.
How do you manage expectations? How do you handle the logistics of refunds, communication? Especially when people have maybe made plans. It tests trust, you know.
That trust factor is huge, absolutely. Which brings us to the mayor's role in all this. Mayor Booker.
Right, Nathaniel George Booker. He was involved in the announcement.
Yeah, the actual Maywood Fest announcement we talked about, he posted it on his Facebook page on July 5th.
Okay.
But then he had to follow up. There were clearly questions and criticisms swirling.
So he addressed them directly.
He did in another Facebook post. He tackled several points head on. First, he clarified that Naperville Soulfest wasn't the producer. Apparently, the owner just shared the post because they have a big following.
Okay. Dispelling a rumor there. What else?
He confirmed the original Summer Jam was planned for Bridgeview, said it moved to Maywood because 2 headliners canceled due to national tour conflicts.
Okay, so providing a reason for the move.
Yeah, and he framed it positively, like being excited to bring the event to Maywood instead. Then, refunds.
The big one. What did he say?
He stated that, according to the promoter, refunds for tickets bought through Eventyear were issued 7 days prior. And for Groupon tickets, people were offered refunds or their tickets would be honored at the Maywood event.
Offer refunds or honored tickets. Okay, slight nuance there depending on where you bought them.
Right. He also mentioned the Groupon ad still showing Bridgeview, saying, it just takes time for those things to update online.
Plausible, yeah. Updates aren't always instant.
He promised artist video drops were coming soon. And he pushed back against rumors of some emergency village meeting about the festival, called it fake alarm and chaos, urged unity instead. And he finished by reaffirming, yes, the event is happening Labor Day weekend.
That direct response from the mayor, it really highlights the pressure officials are under when these big community events hit bumps in the road.
Definitely.
He's trying to manage the narrative, reassure the public, address the concerns directly. It's a balancing act, especially with something that changed so quickly.
And those concerns haven't gone away. Which leads us to this group, the Coalition for Accountability, the CFA, and other citizens.
They've raised some pretty specific points.
Okay, what are the main areas they're focusing on?
First up, capacity and safety. The advertising for the R&B Summer Jam part mentions attracting over 20,000 plus people.
20,000 plus. In Maywood.
Yeah, and Maywood's population in 2025 is estimated around 22,500. So the CFA is asking, basically, can the village handle that? Police, fire, public works, all the departments.
Yeah.
Is Maywood equipped for a crowd that could nearly double the child size for a weekend?
That's a fundamental question. It's not just about having enough space. It's about emergency access, traffic control, security.
Exactly.
For an event projecting 20,000 attendees in a town that size, you'd expect, pretty robust public safety planning to be in place and probably discussed publicly. What kind of assessments have been done? That's a fair question.
And then there's the money side, finances.
Always a key point with public events. Our sources show the Village Board approved $100,000 for the 2025-2026 Maywood Fest budget line, plus another $70,000 for community events under the Community Engagement Department.
Okay, so significant public funds allocated.
Right. And a big question being asked is about insurance. Does the village have specific festival insurance?
That's crucial. You need coverage for things like cancellation, injuries, property damage. What if a headliner pulls out last minute again? What if there's severe weather?
Exactly. That protects the village and taxpayers from major financial loss.
Right.
Someone also brought up the Taste of Melrose Park as a comparison. It's been running for over 40 years.
A long-established event.
Yeah. And apparently their Facebook page says sponsors cover about 90% of their costs. The CFA points out there hasn't really been any info shared about sponsorships for Maywood Fest.
That lack of clarity on sponsors, especially with that much public money involved, it definitely raises questions about the financial model and the risk the village is taking on. Transparency is key there.
Which flows right into the next area, governance and transparency.
Okay. How the decisions are being made.
Yeah. We see a quote from Trustee Miguel Jones. He emphasizes his role is about ensuring rules are followed, budget rules, managing risk, protecting the village's reputation, making sure contracts are solid.
Sounds like standard fiduciary duty for a trustee.
But the Coalition for Accountability uses some pretty strong language about the mayor. They feel Anyone who questions him gets labeled negative.
Oh.
They also suggest he weaponizes the desire to see a young black leader succeed, using it to deflect criticism.
That's a serious charge about how dissent is handled.
And there's a specific concern about process. They allege Mayor Booker doesn't like the council manager system where a professional manager runs things day to day and tries to bypass it.
Yeah.
By using what the CFA calls rubber stamp votes from certain trustees, they name Antonio Sanchez, Ray Williams, Asia Ousley, and Steve Smiley to push things through without perhaps full debate or scrutiny.
So bypassing established procedures.
That's the allegation, and it connects to this. Apparently, the Maywood Fest budget and even volunteer signups got shifted away from the usual Special Events Commission
Where did they go?
to a Google sign-up form controlled by an entity called Astute Culture Consulting, LLC.
Astute Culture Consulting.
Okay.
And who is behind that?
This is a critical point. The manager and registered agent for Astute Culture Consulting, LLC is listed as Mayor Nathaniel George Booker.
The mayor himself. Wow. Okay.
And there's more. As of March 1st, 2025, Astute Culture Consulting, LLC was listed as not in good standing with the Illinois Secretary of State.
Not in good standing. What does that typically mean?
Usually it means they haven't met some state requirement, like filing annual reports or paying fees. Legally, it can mean they aren't authorized to conduct business in the state. Plus, apparently it doesn't have a Maywood business license either.
So the mayor's own company, which is apparently managing aspects of the festival funded by the village, might not be in good standing with the state and doesn't have a local license. That raises significant questions about conflicts of interest, proper procedure, and transparency.
It really does. It highlights that tension between getting things done quickly for an event and following the established, often slower bureaucratic processes designed for accountability.
Exactly. Process matters in public administration.
And to wrap up the concerns,
Yeah.
people are asking if John Mosley from Power Move Presence has actually met with the village manager, or if he's scheduled to present to the board at their upcoming August 2nd meeting to discuss the event terms.
Basic due diligence questions, really. Has the promoter formally engaged with the village administration and board?
Seems like it. And one final point we found digging into the online details for the Summer Jam R&B Family Food Festival under the refund policy section. It explicitly states no refunds.
Wait, no refunds?
Yeah,
But didn't the mayor say refunds were issued or offered for the Bridgeview cancellation?
that's the apparent contradiction. The official policy listed online seems to conflict with the public statements made about the Bridgeview situation. That could definitely confuse ticket buyers.
Yeah, that's a major discrepancy. You need clarity on refunds.
So, okay, let's try to sum this up. Maywood Fest 2025. It's clearly got two sides right now. On one hand, you have this really ambitious, exciting community event being planned for Labor Day weekend, huge lineup, lots of buzz.
Right, the potential for a great community experience.
But on the other hand, it's surrounded by some pretty serious questions about the logistics, the safety, the finances, especially the use of public money, and about the governance process itself, transparency, accountability concerns.
Yeah, it's really a case study, isn't it? It shows how one big event can suddenly shine a spotlight on everything from public-private partnerships to how local government operates to how important citizen oversight really is.
Absolutely. It demonstrates the responsibilities involved, the need for clear communication, and ultimately maintaining public trust. Even when you're trying to do something exciting for the community.
So, as Maywood Fest gets closer, maybe the question for all of us, for you listening, is this. What does this situation reveal about finding that right balance? The balance between genuine community excitement and the absolute necessity for transparency and rigorous accountability when public events and public funds are involved.